Hello, and welcome once again to the Dental Marketing Mastery Series. This podcast is brought to you by dentalwebcontent.com and New Patients Incorporated. I'm Howie Horrocks, the founder of New Patients Incorporated. Along with me once again is my friend and partner and the president of New Patients Incorporated, Mark Dilatush. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast. We're so happy that you're out there listening to us. Aren't we, Mark?
Yeah. Yes, I'm absolutely. Every time you listen, we hope you learn to maybe take it back to your desk if you're doing your own marketing, or even if we're doing your marketing for you, at least you understand that, we put some thought into it, right?
Yeah. We think about it every now and then, like for 30 years.
Now and then, right? 30 years. Yeah. 80
All right.
For 30 years.
Shall we bring up an interesting subject here? We're going to call it, we've got your resolutions for 2019. We've got them already.
Right, yeah. So for all the lazy dentists out there, and I'm not calling all dentists lazy, but if I went into a room of 100 dentists, then you would all raise your hand if we were all friends. So,
yeah.
Because just before January 1st every year, there's this incredible pressure some people put on themselves to come up with a New Year's resolution. Otherwise, the whole earth rotating around the sun has no meaning.
Right.
So
which it really doesn't anyway. But
that's right. That's right.
But we won't let the cat out of the bag on that.
No.
It'll ruin the holiday.
That's right. So, so many of us look for, okay, what am I going to do different in or what am I going to do different next year than I did this year?
Yeah.
And all of us, we all have things we want to change in our lives or family, and I don't know, being nicer, being more politically correct, being skinnier, being stronger, whatever it is. That's fine. But the lazy part is we've got your dental marketing resolution list for 2019. You don't have to think about that. That's what this podcast is about. You can copy off of this.
You don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything. Right. Okay.
We got you covered.
So,
all right. What's the first one?
Your 2019 New Year's resolution list for dental marketing has 4 main components. The first one, I think they're all important. I think this one's probably the most important for the people who don't quite have their marketing tweaked the way they want it yet. The first one is, I will balance my marketing in 2019. So
yeah. What does that mean? What balance? What's that got to do with anything?
Yeah. So, I would say about 80% of the people who engage us initially to potentially become clients are out of what we call balance. They're out of balance. Their marketing investment is either weighted too heavily offline or weighted too heavily online. So balancing it means is you take somewhere between 60 to 40%, 50-50, somewhere between that 60 to 40%, and you split it between online and offline expenses for your marketing. Very few offices can go on forever with a good result, because that's basically what all dentists want. If you really sit down a dentist in a chair, in an icy cold dungeon and shine a light in their face, right? So what do you really want? They'll say, I want my marketing to work forever. Okay. Basically what they say. Okay. Well, you can't get that just offline. You can't get that just online. So it has to be balanced. It has to be orchestrated and balanced in order for you to get what you want.
Yeah, a corollary there, another comment is that a lot of dentists will believe in the silver bullet theory. There's just one thing that I can do that's going to solve all of my marketing problems, right? Which is not true.
Well, it takes 20-year career to gain the wisdom that there is no one thing.
Yeah, there's no silver bullet.
Right. So anyway, resolution number 1. is I will balance my marketing. And whatever that means for you, it means different things to everybody listening to this. But you know what you're spending your money on. So if you're way over allocated offline and you need to do more online, then make the adjustment. Invest more online than offline. Conversely, if you're got all your money online and you're just sitting there waiting for people to have a need and find you, then you're not allocated properly. You need to balance it in the other direction. The right mix is somewhere between 60-40, 40-60. That's statistically where we try to drive all of our clients over the years. And, back in the old days, obviously this has evolved. Back in the old days, you could probably get away with, offline 80% to online 20%. Well, now it's more like 40-60, 60-40, somewhere in there. Anyway, that's resolution number 1. I will balance my marketing. Resolution number 2, I will not allow any company to hold me hostage.
Ah, yeah.
So,
yeah.
I know dentists get into these unknowingly. I know if it was divulged up front, you would not go there willingly. But we see this all over the place where dentists are being held hostage. Well, there's people who do websites that'll hold your URL hostage. There's no reason for that. You should own your URL. Okay. There's people who do SEO work who build, gigantic link farms, and which, can be effective if they don't get caught and blackballed by Google. Many of them don't get caught, but when you stop paying them, then they release all of that. Yeah. They're basically holding you hostage. There's companies that will automate your reviews.
Oh, reviews, yes.
Right. Send your reviews to their own website. And then if you stop paying, your reviews go poof.
Yeah.
They're all gone. So all those months that you paid them, you're like, ooh, what did I do that for? Okay. And you don't really know it until you're there.
You don't become aware of actually who owns those reviews. You think,
right.
But in some cases you don't.
Well, in most cases, there's a really big company out there. Their name begins with a Y and ends with a P. Who they also do advertising. They're kind of like AdWords, sort of, search engine marketing. And they were born a review platform, and they sell advertising. So people will use that service to find services near their home, and you can advertise for top positions, very similar to the old Yellow Pages when you would pay more money to get up higher in a search, right?
Yeah.
And of course, you can get reviews because this whole begin with Y, end with P company was born out of reviews. Well, guess what happens when you stop paying for your advertising?
Let me guess. Your reviews go away.
Right. And if you're in California or if you're in a densely populated urban centers, many practices become reliant on the new patient flow they get from this service. So it really becomes a gigantic extortion scheme. Okay. And it holds you hostage. So in 2019, make a promise to yourself, make a promise to, your family, your patients, your staff, that you are not going to allow yourselves to be held hostage in any part of your marketing by any company anywhere. There's no reason for it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got 2, and we've got a couple more to get to. We're going to take a short break here and come back, and don't go away. Hey, Mark, we should tell people about this new product we have, Npi Command.
Well, probably new to the podcast listeners, but not new to the customers who use it. So let me go through the finer points. Npi Command is a system we use. It's an artificial intelligence system that creates decisions on where dentists, our clients, should put their pay-per-click money when they do Google pay-per-click ad campaigns. If you're someone who's already done them, then you're probably frustrated by the cost of the negative clicks. Well, if there's an artificial intelligence platform monitoring your negative clicks, you can see immediately how doing these on an artificial intelligence platform will allow for a faster build and the faster allocation of the advertising money to the places that are bringing in good clicks. Because with every PPC campaign, there's sources of bad clicks and sources of good clicks. And the whole idea is to throw all your money in the good ones and pull your money from the bad ones. So Npi Command is our PPC department. And it's not just a department of humans, it's an artificial intelligence platform as well.
Okay, we are back. We've done 2 resolutions that you don't have to make yourself.
Right.
We made them for you.
It could be.
And we're forcing them on you.
That's right. I was just going to say that.
But hopefully you'll think they're good ideas because they are.
Bah humbug. Mark and Howie forces you. I can see the picture now. The illustration.
Yeah, you got a dentist all tied up.
Jamming resolutions down your throat.
Okay.
So anyway, so resolution, let's review because we had that really important advertisement in between.
Yeah.
I will balance my marketing between online, offline, passive, aggressive. I'll just create a balance that makes more sense and makes my results more consistent. I will not allow a company to hold me hostage. I'm not going to allow a website company. I'm not going to allow a review company. I'm not going to allow any company to hold me or my practice hostage. So that was 1 and 2. Number 3, I will manage capacity monthly, and this is going to take effort on your part. So this is more like the getting in better shape part of your New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I'm going to get in shape.
The first 2 really didn't take any effort. But this one's going to take a little effort on your part because you're going to have to measure, you're going to have to look and be aware and not really vigilant, but you're just going to have to keep an eye out on how long it takes new patients to get into your schedule. And you've already heard us time and time again, if you've listened. What podcast number is this? It's like 1 something. Anyway,
yeah.
If you've been a loyal listener for 100 or more podcasts that we've done, you've heard us say at least a half a dozen times, 8 work days. If a patient can't get in within 8 work days, you are at capacity.
A new patient.
A new patient. Right. Right. Okay. So in order to fix this problem, most people can't just go out and expand capacity, right? I mean, you can't just go outside and get another dentist. You can't really go outside and add more treatment rooms, right? Without talking to the staff and making arrangements, you can't add hours to your schedule. You certainly can't do that without talking to your spouse or your significant other. So expanding capacity isn't something that happens instantly. But there are things that you can do to minimize the negative impact of being at or beyond capacity. Because if you are at or beyond it, it will absolutely negatively impact the results you gain from your marketing. So that's why this is so incredibly important. Just make sure on a monthly basis that your newest patients, not emergencies, your newest patients can choose, let's say, 2 or 3 options of good, solid, convenient appointments each week. Let's say mornings, afternoons, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Make sure you have 2 or 3 or 4 of those openings every week, and certainly within 8 work days for newest patients to choose from. Because if you do have them available, new patients will flow through your practice. If you don't have them available, new patients have another choice. They don't have to come to you. They can go anywhere. They don't have any relationship with you at all.
No.
Okay. So one of the reasons why people go other places is because their perception is that this dental practice is too busy to see me. And that's never a good thing. So you're going to keep an eye on the 8-day rule. Make sure you have plenty of openings. If you go back about 5 or 6 podcasts, we talked about in pretty good detail about block scheduling and making sure that you have 120% of your average new patient number pre-blocked in your schedule. By the way, here's New Year's resolution 3B. If you want to start now, be my guest, but start pre-blocking 2019 now.
Yeah.
Because if you pre-appoint, which is actually number 4, if you pre-appoint, then that means next June, you'll begin to see all those openings and you'll be able to pre-block them now. So in January, your hygienist stops taking them. And then by the time June and July rolls around, man, are you going to see a lot more new patients because there's going to be more room for them and they'll get into your schedule.
Right. There's got to be room for them.
That's right. Which brings me to 2019 New Year's resolution, whether you ask for them or not, number 4. For all of you who have listened to us, again, for the last 100 and however many podcasts we've done, you've heard us talk about, I think we had 1 or 2 podcasts where this was the whole topic or the whole title. I know we talk about the damages and danger caused by pre-appointing hygiene. So I'd like everyone listening to this to make yourselves a New Year's resolution. And this is, you can see this picture in your head too. It's sort of like like pre-appointing is kind of like an addictive thing to dentists and their staff, especially their staff, because it's so easy, right? So you can almost see the revolt coming. It's like a Robin Hood movie. Here they come through the woods with their picks and axes to get you if you actually move away from pre-appointing everyone. I'm going to ask you to stop pre-appointing everyone. I'm going to ask you, go ahead, pre-appoint your A patients, the ones who made and kept their last 6-month hygiene appointment. They deserve the courtesy. I'm going to ask you to stop pre-appointing everybody else and simply send them the postcards, the emails, the texts that you would normally, as you would follow up with unscheduled recalls. If you do that, I promise you by next June or July, spending 0 additional marketing dollars, you will have more new patients in your schedule by June and July. You won't have to do a thing to change your marketing.
Seems magical, doesn't it?
It is absolutely predictable. Okay. So I know that's scary, but so is losing weight, right?
Yeah.
So is, I don't know, what's another...
Trying to get your cat to like you.
Trying to get your cat to like you can often be, well, cats don't have any feelings. Everybody knows that. So anyway.
It's hard, in other words.
But trust us when we say it's worth it. Just like going to the gym, just like losing weight, just like eating better, healthier, lowering your cholesterol, lowering your heart rate, all that stuff that everybody tells you is good for you and is worth it. That's basically what we're telling you. Getting off of pre-appointment is like getting off of an addictive drug.
Yeah, or a sugar high.
Right. You know what, Howie? We should open rehab centers for dentists.
We should.
God, we're in the wrong business. Imagine the good we could do, right? Imagine the literally millions and millions of dollars we could save dentists by removing them from this atrocity. Anyway, hey everyone, it's early in the month. We know you have some time before the real holidays kick in, but all 31 of us back here at NPI wish everybody a great holiday season, and be safe and be happy.
Yeah, you bet. And we'll be coming to you next time. Be sure and tune in. Thank you. Bye-bye. We hope you've enjoyed our podcast today. You can find more podcasts on our YouTube channel, on Stitcher, and iTunes. Also on our websites, dentalwebcontent.com and newpatientsinc.com.